People talk about Macbeth as one man's guilty conscience. Too small. After Duncan is murdered, the real victim is Scotland.
Yes. The play stops showing a kingdom with a ruler at the top and starts showing a country that looks like a crime scene. Nothing feels secure. Every action leaves fear behind it.
So this is not just a bad king story.
No, it is a state after a killing at its center. Duncan's murder does not stay inside one bedroom. It spreads outward into politics, loyalty, sleep, movement, even basic trust.
Give me the first sign that the damage spreads.
The morning after the murder. Nobody can read the scene cleanly. The guards are blamed, then killed before they can speak. Malcolm and Donalbain flee because staying alive now matters more than looking innocent. That is what a crime scene does. It produces panic, bad guesses, and missing witnesses.
And that flight matters politically, because the king's son's leaving creates a vacuum.
Exactly. Their escape protects them, but it also makes them look suspect. Macbeth benefits at once. So power changes hands inside confusion, not open legitimacy. That matters, because unstable rule begins with uncertainty, not just cruelty.
People often say Macbeth seizes the crown and then simply rules badly. But the play makes the insecurity immediate, doesn't it?
Immediate and obvious. Macbeth is crowned, but he does not sound secure for a moment. He is already thinking about Banquo. Not because Banquo is attacking him, but because Macbeth knows stolen power has no resting point.
So, the throne is won, but not settled.
Right. A stable kingdom lets power move through recognized lines: succession, loyalty, public trust. Macbeth has broken that mechanism. After that, he has to hold the crown with private violence. He hires murderers. He spies. He guesses threats before they exist. That is not government. That is damage control by blood.
Banquo is the clearest example. Macbeth turns suspicion into policy.
Yes, Banquo has done nothing openly rebellious, but Macbeth cannot live with a witness who thinks. So he arranges Banquo's murder and Flance's death. One killing at the top leads to another in the dark. The state starts behaving like a gang, eliminating loose ends.
And even that does not work. Flance gets away.
Which is crucial. Macbeth cannot seal the scene. Evidence, survivors, suspicion, all of it keeps leaking. At the banquet, where kingship should look public and solid, Macbeth collapses in front of the nobles. He sees Banquo's ghost, but the political fact is simpler. The court sees a ruler who cannot control himself.
That banquet is supposed to display order. Instead, it advertises fracture.
Exactly. Lady Macbeth tries to patch it over, but she cannot. The guests are dismissed. Ceremony fails. Once that happens, nobles have more reason to fear the king and less reason to trust the regime.
Let's stay with fear, because the play keeps changing its shape. At first, fear is about being caught. Then it becomes the normal air of politics.
That is well put. Under Macbeth, fear is not a moment. It is a system. Lennox speaks carefully. Lords meet in secret. Macduff refuses to attend Macbeth. People are watching what they say, where they stand, and whom they support. That is a damaged political world.
And then, Macbeth escalates again with Macduff's family.
Yes, and this is where the country's damage becomes undeniable. Macduff has fled to England, so Macbeth kills the people he can reach, Lady Macduff and her children. That is not strategy in any serious sense. It is terror. He is punishing absence by slaughtering the defenseless.
Which tells every noble in Scotland what the rules are now.
Exactly. If the king cannot reach you, he may kill your household. That means private life is no longer private. Family is no protection. Rank is no protection. Distance is no protection. The murder at the center has spread into the whole body of the country.
The play even gives Scotland a kind of wounded identity. Not patriotic speech, actual injury.
Yes. Ross and Macduff describe a country where people hardly know themselves. Each day brings new widows, new grief, new violence. That language matters because Shakespeare is not giving us vague corruption talk. He is showing practical national harm. Leadership is broken, trust is broken, and ordinary life is flooded with consequences.
So, when people reduce Macbeth to ambition and guilt, they miss the scale.
They miss that ambition here is not just a personal flaw. It detonates the state. Duncan's murder wrecks the frame that holds the kingdom together, and Macbeth's answer is always more force, which makes the frame split further.
And that is why Scotland feels less like a realm and more like a place under forensic light. Every alliance is suspect. Every silence means something.
Exactly. After Duncan dies, Scotland is not merely badly governed. It is contaminated by violent power. That is the point. Macbeth does not inherit a broken country. He makes one, and then rules inside the wreckage.